Hello from the Daily Dad. Today we are out in Salsbury, Maryland because the Daily Sun and his team have a baseball tournament nearby. It's time to eat, so we are on the lookout for something interesting. And voodoo is mysterious and breweries are cool. How can we not give this place a try? And that means that you get to come along for the ride too. I'm curious and you're curious. On today's episode, let's go get lunch at the Voodoo Brewery on the Daily Dad. This restaurant is just across from the main entrance of Salsbury University, and breweries are always an interesting place to visit. Of course, it's not just the eclectic mix of home-brewed beers, and by the way, the brewery itself, their manufacturing facility, is located outside of Pittsburgh, so you won't see any brewing systems here at this location. But usually the kitchen whips up some really good eats, usually. We're talking elevated bar food that centers around burgers and pizza and sandwiches and other easy-to-prepare stuff. However, what's catching my eye are the beer mussels. Ooh, brewery or not, that's not something you see every day. So that's what I'm going to get, the beer mussels with blue cheese and bacon. Meanwhile, the Daily Sun is going to get his second favorite food, pizza. This one is the build-your-own option, and he's going to add bacon and sausage. He's also going to get one of their non-alcoholic slushies. Now, before we talk about the highs and lows of our lunch, let's take a look around. By the way, I did want to say that I loved our server, who I think was either an owner or the manager of this place. Very folksy in an avuncular kind of way. As nice a guy as can be. No picture of him in the video, but take my word. Anyway, I digress, and this is definitely a fun-looking hangout place. There are some evening activities to allow you to while away a few hours. There are some board games you can play. The back area is open and allows you to get some fresh air. I do think that this area could, though, really use some decorative touches, such as a string of hanging light bulbs. Maybe a few cornhole boards wouldn't hurt, but again, a nice laid-back environment with a sophisticated feel. Okay, now let's talk about our food. The pizza. I know you're thinking, how can a place mess up pizza? But somehow, this brewery manages to serve a pizza with hardened dough. This is tough to actually chew. Did the dough not rest enough? Did the yeast not rise enough? Was the cooking temperature too low? I'm sorry, but somehow the kitchen botched this up. The sauce and toppings tasted okay, but it's just a tough chew. And even the Daily Sun didn't finish this, so that's not a good sign. This is not on my list of favorite things. Sorry, not sorry. Although, you'll probably care less after a pint or two of IPA. Next up, our server brought out a bacon cheeseburger topped with blue cheese. It's a manly-sized portion, it looks delicious, and I did not order this. And my insouciant server was momentarily befuddled until he realized that he probably got this mixed up with the blue cheese and bacon beer mussels that I did order. Still, burger mussels, that's quite a difference. That said, they already made it, and I loved our server. So I made him a deal where I'd pay for it at an employee's discount, which was 50% off. This way, they don't lose money, and I get to try something else for this review. Hey, always go for a win-win, that's what I say. Oh, and yummy! This is a very, very solid burger. It's presented with a warm pink center, it's got a soft bun, it's topped with bacon and melted blue cheese, and it comes with some bacon jam, or maybe it's a dollop of barbecue sauce. This has a little bit of everything for your taste buds. A little sweet, a little salty, a little smoky, and a whole lot of pungency. The pungency is really the best thing about this. It's just shockingly tasty. I would definitely recommend ordering a burger. However, I would not recommend these kettle potato chips. They come with the burger and they are also available as a side dish, but as with the pizza, it is a tough chew. It tastes starchy, and it's likely that the evaporation process didn't do what it was supposed to do to get that crispness. Potato chips are inherently fun to snack on, but this seemed like hard labor. Man, what is going on here? So we are going into sudden death in order to break this tie of 2 votes yes and 2 votes no. And now we have the beer mussels. 2 quick observations before I dive in. I like this crock pot where you can use the lid as a bowl for your discarded shells, but I would have liked this crock pot more if it had come in a brighter color to offset the shell's near black color. Black on black creates an optical illusion and gives the false impression that there really isn't much here, but at £1 you get a plentiful portion. And I like the look of the blue cheese crumbles and bacon that adorn this dish. Unfortunately, you really can't see them, so a missed plating opportunity here. That said, how does it taste? Again, yum! And it's right up there with the super solid burger. All of the mussels were cooked thoroughly, and the lager broth is a great idea here. First, it's less hoppy than IPA, which is the beer used in the other beer mussel option. So this has a smoother and beery finish. And I mentioned this before, but the blue cheese and bacon add some nice notes of saltiness and pungency, which is now the official word of the day. Basically, it just means that your taste buds will certainly rise to attention, and that's a good thing. Yep, this was good to the last mussel and good to the last drop. As we sit in the back open area and look outward onto the Salsbury University baseball stadium, you can see that it's raining, so we're not in a rush to go anywhere. It gives me a chance to honestly reflect that I wished that I had liked this place more because the experience was a bit erratic. Some food items were memorable, although some I wanted a do-over. They gave us something that we did not order. We also had to find our own napkins and silverware when we were out and back because, well, maybe they just forgot about us. So I am wondering how organized this place actually is when it's full of students and karaoke is in full swing. Still, days like today make visits to breweries even more welcome because you have a world of beers to sample and games to play and hopefully time to spend with someone that you care about. Voodoo isn't perfect, but it's got enough spirit and energy happening to make this place worth visiting. Hey, this is the Daily Dad reminding you to try new things and to be happy.